is Dan.
Bob.
And Eric.
What's up?
Hey.
You guys like podcasts?
No. Let's turn this on.
Okay.
Oh, well. Maybe next week.
Episode 57?
I want to say yes.
That's what Bob wrote.
That's
He wrote
what-
57?
I wasn't sure, man. It's crazy.
Checking is hard.
It is.
Checking is hard, and you guys, you can tell, we don't give no fucks today. Our salt mines, our fuck mines are dry.
Our what?
Our fuck mines.
Where is your fuck mine? Because I don't have one.
We cannot drudge up any care from Give a Fuck Bay.
Okay, that's fair. All of that I'm okay with. Me having a fuck mine, not okay with that.
That
Pretty
does sound
damn-
pretty
How about-
illegal.
Pretty damn not okay with that.
About a fuck palace and the harem is empty.
That's what. Okay. I'm alright with that, I guess. So, hey, it's episode 57.
Cool.
I was right. Yay.
What's a good joke for?
No, that
50s?
was the title. So, hey, it's episode 57.
Oh. Episode 57. We're good at naming things.
Yeah.
Well
Oh, that was episodes 3 through 56.
Shit.
We now move on to the second stage of just saying a sentence and making that the title.
Phase 2.
Oh, actually, I remember what the title I was going to make it was. We're running with this. I don't know what you're going to say. You say what you're
I
thinking.
was going to say, with Jake the Finn and Dog the Human.
No, not Jake the Finn and Dog the Human. Though I love saying that a lot.
Too much.
No.
No,
No
never
such
enough.
thing.
Never
Yeah.
enough.
I need that shirt. In any case, female gamers.
Oh no.
Just that
no.
combination popped into my head as terms earlier today, and I was like, what? I don't know.
Can it be with a Z?
No, oh my god, that'll like fucking cross the beams. That's too much. You stepped over
And
the
then
line.
can the thumbnail for this just be tits? So, like this maximum stupid getting people to click on this thing.
Man, there was that one dude on YouTube who would just ramble about shit, and then halfway through the video he'd be like, "Oh, it looks like it's time for you to show your tits. Show your tits." And it was his girlfriend, and she's just like, "Nah." And she does that for like 30 seconds, and he's like, "Okay, now that's the thumbnail. Back to what I was doing." Fucking worked.
Yeah.
She had really large boobs,
Oh well.
so that fucking worked.
Yeah.
Which you kind of need for it to be a thumbnail and work. You know? You need some shading definition on that to really make it pop.
It's true.
Pop.
The contour.
See, this was back in YouTube when you can't set the thumbnail.
So at a certain
God.
timestamp, it just took a thing.
Halfway through, exactly. And this asshole was so fucking. He had his shit together so hard. He didn't edit anything.
Just one take all the way through.
He just knew how long he was gonna take talking, and fucking timed her
That's
showing the camera.
That's a true professional.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend were fucking professionals. She's like, okay, boobs. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. In any case, the reason why female gamers popped in my head is because I was playing Little Big Planet
Okay.
2. I'm going through and platinuming it because I platinumed
you do.
Little Big Planet 1. There were a huge propensity of people with handles and sign-ins that were obviously like they were female, and I was way higher than any other game. I was like, oh wow, a lot of females play this game. And it was like my favorite fucking one was Zetsubo Girl. I shit you not, the same handle as fucking Jade from Halesbeyond.com, but instead of Zetsubo J, Zetsubo Girl.
Okay.
I played her levels, Eric.
How were they?
They were
They were
Little Big Planet
certainly
levels
Oh my
made
God.
by Zetsubo Girl. I think you figure, yeah. Speaking of which, I saw a real Juggalo today.
Really?
That was fun.
Wow.
Out in the wild?
Yeah,
In your-
I sort of looked at his girlfriend.
Is there Fago like sitting
at
right
job
there?
or-
at
out
job,
in-
at
at
job,
job.
and I sort of looked at his girlfriend and went, "Why?" Because she looked like she could ever be presented to a person and they wouldn't groan. Whereas he was bearded as fuck and obviously never going to classify for that territory as a human being.
Well, did he have the
Hatchet
clown-
Man?
No, the clown makeup tattooed on, or was it makeup?
Oh no, it wasn't. He wasn't in full Juggalo paint, but he was tatted as fuck with a T-shirt that was insane clown.
Oh, how much
posse and
Fago did he
shitty.
buy?
I don't even know if we sell Fago.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why was he even there?
Oh, yes. Keeps that asshole
Now
away.
I'm just wondering, why is he there?
Keeps that asshole, all of his friends, and most of my relatives away.
Okay.
I think I have a relative who listens to this, maybe. We'll find out, I guess. So in any case, hey, Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Lots of females play it. Which makes sense because it's cute.
You mean lots of women play it?
No, Zetsubo Girl is clearly not a woman. She's
You're
a
right.
girl.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're talking demos, bitch. Female valid term.
Shit, you're right.
Now, if I'm about to say, like, I look at the males in this room and see, like, that's a weird thing to say because not only is it like I'm using a term to describe you and you're here
Yeah, I know.
and you're not a vague demo,
I was attempting to give you shit, but my shovel for shit was
it sort of
inadequate.
like plopped in and the
was
turd dropped on your foot and you're
Yeah.
like, bleh. See, you should have treated your shoe with that cool 2-layer process
So it just
where the
slid
shit
right
would
off.
just slide right off.
But now you got a shit shoe.
Now you
And
got a
that's your
shit
fault.
shoe.
That's on you.
That's nothing like a GigaBoot.
No.
No.
A shit shoe and a GigaBoot.
Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking doing that coating on the bottom of your shoe would ruin it forever. Because you
No,
just-
not
you
the
would know-
bottom, just the
right,
top.
right, the top.
Just the
I
top.
get that.
So what, you feel like you're making a frictionless surface on the bottom of your shoe?
Yeah, you would.
yeah,
that's how that works.
You would just not be able to stand in those.
I want to do this. And
Right?
go-
It sounds like fun.
and go ground skating.
You're a goddamn monster, is what you are.
I have to
I
wonder
think it
how
would
long it
mostly
would wear
work
off.
on like good roads with water, like on them. I think at that point it would just work like fucking insanity.
And then your entire body to be covered
No,
in it.
The
And
whole
then
world
then
is my slippery
slide down.
slide.
Okay, okay.
Slip and slide forever.
There's no way it works
Son.
that well.
Yeah, no. I
Also,
feel
you would
like,
die.
I feel like this is not like a this friction destroying substance, or we
No.
would put it on everything.
But it does alleviate a shitload of friction,
True.
and it is hydrophobic.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So on a decent street with a good bit of water on it, you probably could do some absolutely stupid shit like hold on to the back of a car and just go skiing.
I'm not going to try that.
I kind of have done that
Oh no.
on a car door
Oh.
through mud.
Oh.
Car door mud surfing.
Okay.
We're in the South, people. We're sorry.
In case you couldn't tell. The south of Wales. And welcome to the GigaBoots podcast.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, Governor.
Hello, pulpit.
They're like, God, these accents.
Oh shit! This is the part
That's
where
okay.
every single
Everyone
person
turned.
Everyone turned.
We lost
off.
every last fan with that.
That's
podcast.
how we get. Now we can talk about
The great thing
things
is,
we really want
it's
to
not
talk
going to
about.
be. It's tense. Me and Eric. Eric's going to give me shit. He's going to be like, it's because you named it female gamers and it scared away all of our fans. And I'm going to be like, no, it's because we started doing shitty British accents.
It's sure we did do that. Here's how we get people. Gamergate. Now everyone's back.
No, don't you curse me, Eric.
I will Beetlejuice the shit out of this podcast. Just gotta say it 2 more times, and they'll show up.
It won't wait till we hit the internet. They're just gonna bust in the door.
Yeah. They're busting the ceiling in this 2-story building that we're on the first story of.
Actually. Fucking Eric, what have you been playing?
I have not brought myself to play Transistor yet, but I'm getting there.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah,
Each
sure.
day I'm a little bit closer. I've mostly been playing more Final Fantasy XIV, but I don't have much to say about that, except I got a sit-down exercise bike, so now I can 14 while I actually bike. So
That's cool.
because I need to get more exercise.
You're almost like Penny Arcade territory now.
Yeah, they think they got a treadmill, and
Yeah.
they're like, we can farm. That's
Yes.
it.
Exactly.
But I hate treadmills, but I love bikes, so great.
There you go.
Man, they actually make one that gets low enough to the ground, or do you have
Yeah, it's like a
high desk?
recumbent. It's like a recumbent bicycle thing. You sit in the seat, and the pedals.
He's playing Final
are in
Fantasy
front of you.
14 on a controller. Why
Yeah,
would he need a
yeah.
desk?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a controller.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
even better. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. How's 14 going, though? Is it getting better, or do you find yourself being
It
maybe
is-
I should play a new class?
I did switch over to a new class because as the game gets more complicated, tanking gets more complicated, and I'm starting to get really self-conscious about being basically in charge of the party / responsible for their well-being.
We should have brought Eric on the Destiny race. Hey, Eric, here's the vault of glass and the end of our friendship.
Yeah. So I'm starting. I feel that a little bit like I don't want to let people down, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I mean, every group I've been with has been really like supportive and helpful. But the more things get complicated, I feel like the more we're getting into the elite, like get out of here, casual kind of territory.
Are you playing with aggro at all?
A little bit, but he's already at max level and he's hitting that content, so I'm kind of catch up. I'm like level 45 out of 50.
Right, but he needs to come on back and help you through that content.
Yeah.
Now, when you were off at Tampa and we weren't doing a lot of stuff with aggro because he was busy and no longer lived in the same house as me, I looked at Bob and I was like, man, is there any way we could get someone more casual than aggro on this gaming podcast? And I'm just glad we found a way.
I am a filthy damn casual.
You filthy fucking casual.
I'm going to talk about how much Cookie Clicker is a great game.
The only way it could get worse is you're like, oh, I've been playing lots of Clash of Clans. Let me tell you.
No, I'm not that casual.
That's what you think. It's because you don't have an iPad.
I still play actual games. So.
But hey, Clash of Clans could just be a really pretty cookie clicker.
It's not.
Are you sure?
I've seen it played. It's not.
Okay. Sure.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I mean, it does. It's unfortunate because it's sitting a little hard to level up another class. Like there is, if you have one class up really at a high level and started another one, it'll give you a boost to that lower class and experience.
Oh.
So that'll get you up faster.
So it gives you like a small multiplier?
Yeah, a little bit of a multiplier.
Okay, not just like here's a lump sum.
No, not a lump sum. No,
Okay.
a multiplier to your experience gains. But unfortunately, you can't redo any of the like quests. But there are like redoable quests that you can do, but they don't. So I'm basically have to go through each area and try and remember what level of quest could I redo.
But see,
here.
then he already got the 100 rep points with that faction this week, so he needed to switch out and start regrinding for Vanguard.
I only just now started doing rep quests with the Beasts tribes.
Why haven't... Okay, real quick question.
Yeah.
As somebody who had a lot of confidence and faith in Destiny, why haven't you gone back to it?
Because I basically did most of it. I did that.
No, you didn't. You did the casual, filthy part that you were like, this is representative of the 160 hours you've spent in it, right, Dan? And I'm like, no!
I did do the filthy casual part, got to the point where I was like, and everyone stopped playing.
They're like, hey, how's that raid? And then my head spun backwards and spit fire.
That did happen, yes. There was not enough to do.
Yeah, there's no free content.
No.
Like at all.
Yeah,
I hear
I haven't even heard anything like the Queen's Quest level of free content.
The Queen's Wrath was it. Fucking, because I'm hearing, the closest thing to free content I've heard other than that is they've sold the most overpowered sniper rifle the game multiple times now. That's it. That's like free and like content.
Yeah. I mean, on MMOs, I thrive on having juggling multiple balls and having stuff in the air. And there's a lot of that in 14. I can look at like leveling my chocobo. I can look at getting more rep in my guild faction.
Okay,
Beast tribe.
Where do you go to level your chocobo?
Your chocobo just levels as you use it.
Okay, how do you compete with it? Like at a golden saucer of some sort, or
on the 24th? Yes, I believe you can race chocobos.
Good.
And play Triple Triad.
The 24th
with
this
everyone.
Month? Triple Triad is the 9 card game.
9 was Tetramaster.
Tetramaster. There we
Which
go.
It's probably better that they didn't put that in because the card game literally does not make sense.
No, it had a string of numbers and letters at the bottom for Tetramaster. Like, what does it mean? Help. But
yeah,
at least...
I back in the day, I went and looked up a guide for that.
Yeah.
There is advanced, high-level masters of that game. The people who made it aren't even able to do.
Fully understand.
Right?
Yeah,
they have to extrapolate on paper.
We just showed up at work one day and it had made itself. We decided, well, let's put it in the game. At least with the friggin' Triple Try, it's just numbers on each of the 4 sides of the card.
Yeah,
not letters.
I need to try that at some point because I didn't like much of 8, but the side of the card games from 8 is actually kind of intriguing.
So you think you're going to get some 14 in there?
No, I don't. But
you can be a ninja. You can be a literal ninja.
I know.
I think every MMO lets you.
Not really.
No.
I don't know. Jedis count, right?
No.
You could be a cat girl ninja or a cat man ninja.
Yeah, that was That would be the plan if it were the
That
case.
would be, yes. Eventually, I think one of the new races, you would be like a dragon scaly person, too.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a dragon ninja...
So if you want to be an otherkin instead of a furry, you get your choices. You get 50 shades.
But actually, I was talking to level a
Dan,
DPS class.
you're
I'm going to go
welcome.
right over that. I leveled the DPS class. I went to the Lancer Dragoon combo.
Okay.
So
That the Dragoon looked pretty cool.
I want to jump so bad. I'm almost
You don't have jump yet?
No, you have to.
How do you
level
not
up-
start with jump?
Because only at level 30 do you get Dragoon. So I have
So
to be
up until then, you're drag?
I have to be yes. I have to be a pointy stick person for a little bit, and then you're like, all right, you can be a Dragoon.
I love how you say up until level 30, and then you say for a little bit.
Yep.
That's a fair descriptor.
Only 3/5 of the game.
That's all.
That's fine.
Eh.
Eh.
It becomes a completely different game once you hit level 30. Thanks, Destiny. So yeah, I guess I haven't talked about this in the podcast. I kept saying in the podcast, in official capacity, that I played Destiny for 90 hours. That was wrong.
That was
I
an
looked it up
underestimate.
because a couple coworkers are really into Destiny, and I was like laying down knowledge bombs, like one after another, like explaining the end game and explaining all these other things, and watching them in terror as they come to understand how light levels work and how they pass level 29. So then I'm like, yeah, there's also this great website, DestinyDB.com, where I can. That says 6 days and 16 hours. I played 160 hours of Destiny? What?
And then you aged 50 years.
Yeah. And then I still look better than my classmates. I aged well, apparently. Moral of the story. In any case, what was I saying? Yeah, no, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Deeply, 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 deeply horrifying. Because I was like, what sort of shitlord spends 400 hours of Destiny, realizes he almost spent 200? Me with 2 characters!
No. Running multiple characters in Destiny is sick.
Well, you need to for that platinum. Bob's like killer instinct falling off of a building.
No, I'm just caught in the 900 hit combo.
Oh, okay. And then we get that cool finishing music.
Yep, like that.
It's like a horror movie. Like, what the
bit.
fuck is with... Man, killer instinct. In any case.
You do fight a living skeleton. That's pretty-
Yeah, like all he does is cackle.
yeah.
It's just like...
What else do skeletons do?
Hi. I'm Jimmy Kudo.
I mean, yeah, if they can tackle.
I took an experimental drug and became a skeleton.
Rachel's real sad.
It's funny.
I scare her. I jump out of closets and scare her.
Escaping the skeleton within you.
Know how to keep the
Keeping
skeleton inside you at bay.
Yes. Holy fuck, skeletons. Good shoes for running.
Away from skeletons.
Have you been playing anything else?
No. Oh, and I brought up the multiple things to do in 14 because Destiny kind of lacks that, which is why I haven't
Yes.
gone back to it. I feel like I kind of
Destiny-
Why is there no leveling up your speeder bike? What
I mean, there just isn't a lot of
there
depth
is,
to
but
what you
it's
can
so
do.
expensive to just get a slightly better speeder
Yeah.
bike.
Ugh.
And slightly,
And there's-
it's like overselling it
And the
almost.
ship is completely
Useless,
arbitrary
yeah.
and cosmetic. Like, give me more things to do other than shoot better gun. Like that, all it is equipment grinding at the end. Even when you've maxed out all of your levels, and it's only like a 3-layer choice of how you want your character to go. It's not. There's nothing left. There's no decisions left for me to make except get better gear. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only choice you make is whether or not you're going to pour dozens and dozens of hours of your life into the game to do the things necessary to level up.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, I'll be getting PlayStation Plus again sometime soon.
that's cool. But yeah, I was not really interested in PvP, so that aspect of the game didn't really like hold any draw for me, and they barely reward you for that anyway.
It's also kind of fucking broken on a competitive level. So
So yeah, I just never wanted to go back after I maxed out. To my mind, yeah, you
just fucking... I just love how it's like a natural mechanism in your brain. You're like, that's the top, sweetie. We're done.
A little bit.
Here's your trophy. Like you have that fucking shitty like junior baseball league fucking trophy. Let's go to Dairy Queen. You capped out Destiny.
You're an MLB.
You're a BLT. You're a Major League Boob.
No, I haven't been playing anything else.
Okay.
Not
MVP.
not
That's the real term.
Yes.
That's
Maybe-
the whole time trying to
maybe
remember it,
next
so I just said MLB instead.
Hey Bob,
Hey Dan,
what have you been playing?
I'm playing video games.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
All
for
right,
a podcast.
Dan, what have you been playing?
Not video games.
Not video games. What have you been playing, Bob?
I actually just bought Geometry Wars 3, but it's like it looks more like Geometry Wars to the power of 3. I don't know if that's
Okay.
what they're going for.
So
or
it could be Geometry Wars Cube.
it could be
Oh my god, it changes nothing.
or
Yeah.
everything.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure the thing he said.
Nothing?
Right? Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. Oh man, you're
changes
probably right.
Yeah, that game looked pretty good. Have you played it?
I played a very small amount of it.
You're like, oh, this is fun, and then you're never gonna go back.
I hope I plan to go back at some point. They did this really weird adventure mode.
Yeah?
Where there's like lots of different smaller boards and they're all strange shapes. Like
yeah, like fucking Mobius strips and
Sweet.
one of the cooler ones I thought was actually just it looks like the square, but it's just slightly bent on both ends.
Yeah.
So you kind of like as you go over the square,
yeah, because
Yeah,
these
you
are
go around
3D
it.
shapes you're
Yeah.
traveling around, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But yeah, it's pretty nifty. I remember Geometry Wars having more than just shoot and bomb. Maybe I'm remembering.
You're wrong.
Okay, it is
That's
just shoot and bomb.
Stardust.
Yeah.
Geometry Wars with more than shoot and bomb. That's Stardust.
Okay.
Yep.
And it also keeps having little hint notes about choose this variant to do this. And I'm like, how can what?
See, that's a job for Jimmy Jewel.
Yeah.
You should just voice like hints, because they would never not insult you, no matter how helpful.
Hey, dipshit.
You know, Mewtwo can dodge that. Thanks. Sure. Even history facts seem insulting. Pac-Man started in 1970. Bet you didn't know that. Fuck Jimmy Jewel. Well, in any case, what?
But yeah, I
Tips
don't
like what?
they talk about things like ship variants, and I don't know when or how I unlock those.
But they're there, apparently.
I guess. So maybe that'll change the game up in different ways.
One
I
of
don't
the
know what
tips,
to expect.
up your poker game by betting low. And what? There's poker in this game?
Okay.
But yeah, it seems to have that adventure mode, and then there's this whole set of classic modes, which one is like just straight up one life
Geometry Wars.
Geometry Wars. And then
Only one life?
there's a one life version. Then there's three
okay.
life version.
Oh, okay, 3 life is normal.
Okay.
Geometry Wars. Okay.
And then there's one that's just all about how high score you can get in a time period.
Yeah.
Which, geez, the way, man, I never got into like Geometry Hardcore or Wars Hardcore back when it came out. I just was like, hey, that's on the 360, and that was before I even had 360, and I thought it was really cool. Like,
Yeah, it was better than any launch game.
yeah.
Cameo, Perfect Dark Zero, a bunch of baseball games.
Oh.
Call of Duty 2 came out after launch, but
did
it
it?
was really close.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can sort of count that, but for me, at the end of the day, Call of Duty 2 is not as good as Geometry Wars, because Call of Duty 2 was really just a slightly smoother Call of Duty 1 that looked good on consoles.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like it was Call of Duty 4 or something.
You're right, and it's not like it was as bad as Call of Duty 3 or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't. What was that one called? World at War?
No, that was just called 3.
No, I thought it had a subtitle.
No, World at War is after 4. 3
yeah, 'cause that
was
was-
made by their Treyarch's first game.
Yeah, and it was
And then
awful.
They added driving,
Yeah,
like first person.
and it was awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
And then they put driving back in for Black Ops, but they were like, maybe they can't control it.
Right? Which is
That sort of fixed it.
yeah,
almost kinda.
that helped. But anyway, that was nifty. I plan to play a bit more of it. But what I've been doing most of the time is I realize, I don't really like any of these games that are out right now that much. I'm gonna play Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, I saw you were playing
See?
that.
And I'm going to take credit for that.
Yes.
Because multiple times over the last 2 weeks, I said, I keep thinking about it, and all these new games suck. And I own Mega Man 5 or 6, and what am I doing?
But yeah,
Because that's a valid thing. It's like you own all these games. if you don't like what's new, just go play the old stuff. It's still good.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Some of it didn't age well, but
yeah.
but you have to get later before. I feel like PS1 is when you really hit that territory of games that didn't age well at all because it's like the infancy of 3D.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, unlike Crash Bandicoot and Super Mario 64, did that really wrong.
Yes.
Like Contra on the PS1,
Like-
both of them.
Tiny Tank.
Like Tiny
That
Tank.
demo is any indication of its overall quality.
Yeah, we did play Tiny Tank in some PlayStation Underground for our GigaBoots secret hipster live stream show. That was really fun. And then we drank a weird soda called Popular.
We drank some popular soda.
No, we drank a soda named Popular.
I
I
feel
keep
like both are
explaining to
true.
people, I'm like, we there's the soda named Popular. By the end of everyone tasting it, it was not.
It was
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
actually,
Devil May Cry 3, huh?
Yeah, I
Have
realized
you
I don't have
platinumed it?
I don't have the platinum yet.
Well, you know,
I'm
you
working my way through Dante
What-
Must Die mode right now.
What? Oh, Dante Must Die?
Yes.
Yeah, which I have never beaten that on special edition version of Devil May Cry 3.
Now,
I
are
did
there
it on
any
the original version.
Okay. Are there any secret techniques you're using in Devil May Cry 3 to really up your game to get this platinum?
Do you have to use the stinger?
Well, I mean,
that's- yeah.
you always use the stinger.
That's almost like
never
jump.
never not use the stinger.
It is
Correct.
your primary form
that-
of movement.
It's so important that game they give it to you twice. Stinger and shotgun stinger.
In Stinger level 2.
If you're
3
moving
times.
forward
That's
and a
true, that
sword
counts.
isn't sticking in front of you, you're doing
You're
it wrong.
doing it wrong. You're moving like a pussy.
So what is the secret technique
Yeah,
that
what is-
Dan was alluding to?
I am now learning
Alluding.
jump canceling, which is something that I feel really dumb for
Bob,
not having learned.
jump cancel. What is jump cancel?
Jump cancel is when you time a jump right when you hit an enemy.
Okay.
That'll let you cancel out of a attack move.
Okay.
So you can do things like multiple drop kicks with your kick.
Oh, okay, so that's how they do that in all those trick
Yeah,
videos.
all those crazy things, and seeing like, oh well, does the helm breaker, the sword down move,
yeah, dropping
like
with
3
the
times in
sword.
a row. That is ridiculously hard to do. I
Yeah.
cannot get that one down.
I mean, that's split frame, and you're playing at a 60 frame per second game.
But yeah, I'm pretty good with the one with the Beowulf move now. That sword or I keep wanting to call the rebellion the Alistair, which it isn't.
Sure. Why isn't it? Like, whatever.
But
In
yeah,
any case,
but it-
rebellion.
But yeah, I keep that and Beowulf are my 2 main weapons. So I'm really trying to learn it with those 2. The nunchucks actually have a pretty good one that you can jump cancel out of.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in those trick videos too.
Yeah.
Is it the slow spin ice thing?
The slow spin ice thing you can, but that move seems like such a liability that I don't. But there's the regular air attack with him where he like spins over.
Yeah, that thing's weird.
Yeah,
So using,
in typical play, I didn't find it very useful, but if jump canceling out of it can let you do multiple.
right, then that makes any level of sense. There's no way this was intentional, though.
Apparently, there are parts of the jump canceling mechanic that have been altered from the regular edition to the special edition to make frame timing easier. So I guess they knew this was this thing.
What the fuck?
Also, there are things like, hey, this goal for this mission is stay in the air for 60 seconds, which is basically impossible without
With
jump
the jump cancel.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, we did a Let's Play Devil May Cry 1. A
Right.
pretty good Let's Play where if anyone listening to this hasn't seen it, you probably should because Dr. Aggro goes into some weird binge
Yes,
rant
he does.
about fucking birds.
Oh, I actually don't remember this.
No, you weren't there for that.
Okay.
That was in the Eric being gone time.
Right. In the before bad times.
Holy
Right?
shit. That
right?
was
They were bad, right?
Yes. Terrible. The
Okay.
worst.
Okay. All right. I feel okay.
Man, fuck that guy. So needy.
I didn't even leave the room yet.
Oh, you're here.
I thought I was whispering.
Asshole! Wait.
But yeah, man, Dante Must Die mode is harder than I even remember it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I did this back in the day.
Well, all you did was play the game.
You were
True.
So there
Dante. Okay, look, Dante Must Die is a young man's game.
Yes. You're an old
You're
man.
so old now.
You're
Your
almost
reflexes-
28.
Your reflexes have dulled.
Your actions per minute are plummeting
Your
by the
eyes
second.
are getting cataracts. Just kill yourself. You're just not of no use to Devil May Cry anymore.
But at the same time, I'm learning these mechanics I didn't know back in those days. So
no, you're dead to me.
Oh no!
I mean the game.
Hey, Bob, are we going to Evo?
I hope.
Okay.
Now that you mentioned it again, I'm like, I really want to go there. That sounds
I
cool.
really want
When
to go
is
too.
Evo? Is it?
It's in the middle of summer sometime.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably like July because it's after
It's after
E3
E3.
every fucking year.
And only enough weeks to be like, oh, there's something else happening?
Right. But in any case,
I also played Bloody Palace mode. Like, after you left last night, you and Tosh were leaving, and I was like, I don't want to get invested in trying to beat the next stage. That's probably going to take me a long while.
yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'll probably die really early on Bloody Palace, and I'll sit there trying to learn jump canceling on these enemies, because each enemy
It's different.
different. Yes,
Of course.
Learn the split-second timing on every enemy in the game. It's
Yes.
all different.
and
Yay.
going through there, it makes me confront the fact that the game would just be better if some of those enemies just weren't in it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so many of them. There's like this guy with the shield that you have to hit from the back.
Yeah.
Or the guy who disappears and you need to keep shining your gun.
But like, okay, so here's the thing, right?
What's up?
Those characters work for a single player story experience.
They don't.
You don't think so?
No.
I think just playing through on normal difficulty
Like a
for
filthy casual.
experiencing a game.
the ghost.
There is no filthy casual mode on Devil May Cry 3, good sir.
I think I beat Devil May Cry 3.
I don't believe you.
I turned
is the level I'm at.
I turned it down to easy for Virgil because I was like, oh, that's one of the trophies. Just beat it as Virgil. And I'm like, I don't care.
Well, yeah, that's fair. It's Virgil.
But
his
he's-
story's garbage.
It doesn't exist. But,
Right.
But on easy mode, those enemies like evaporate in your hands as you try to fight them.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like.
Guess how I beat the game? Because I was on normal difficulty. Like, I can get through this. I want to at least attempt normal. And basically ended up grinding level 1 because I couldn't beat it. And I was like, I guess I'll just keep doing this until I get, like, I leveled up, like, a couple of styles. And I was like, fuck it. Turned it down to easy and was able to beat the first level. And, well, this is how this is going to be then, I guess.
Easy. I've capped Devil May Cry 3. I've maxed it out.
Time to go to Dairy Queen.
Where's my trophy and Blizzard?
It better not fall out of the cup, you shitlords.
Turns over. Oh no. Looks like you've made a mess. Hey, case.
Okay.
We never did it. I've been trying to get to this whole
Okay.
time. We never did a Devil May Cry 2 Let's Play.
No, we didn't. I am fine with going through that game. It has got to be the worst thing. I remember just a few years ago, I threw it back into like, I'll try this one more time.
What if we just do a Devil May Cry 2 Let's Play for all of March, and then we have the dumbest title card ever, or bumper ever, and it just goes, Devil March Cry!
What?
2, and then it starts each episode.
We're not doing that? Can
We
do?
might- we
should
might
do
be.
that. Why not?
I don't know. I'm not in control.
Clearly.
God, I just keep remembering random parts of that. I'm like, then you fought tanks and monkeys? What was that
and you're
game?
running down a giant street with nothing on it. Yeah. For a really long time.
You don't even
Well,
like
first-
run faster when you run for a while. You
Right?
just keep walking slow.
First, you start in a museum that is nowhere near where the next level starts. And by the next, I mean the first.
Oh.
They show a cutscene and you're in a museum and then it's a dumb action movie for a second and then it starts the level and you're somewhere completely different and you're like, how do these scenes connect?
Well, he got a note during that.
No, he threw a knife at a map.
No,
It's that
the
level
girl
of
threw a
terrible.
knife at this map, and
Okay,
Dante
that's-
saw it, and he's like, and then he went there, I guess.
I have to go places where knives are thrown.
I have to
It
go-
jumped off a huge
a
tower.
church,
I don't
yeah,
know.
a church
It was
spire to look cool. What a stupid fucking
Except
game.
I believe that from Dante.
We all
he did something to look
forward
cool.
it. Yeah.
but
So in any case,
I actually ended up getting farther in Bloody Palace than I've ever gotten before last night, and I was up to like 5 a.m. doing it.
wow.
Yeah, that takes a long time.
Yeah, it does.
I got to level 8,900.
How many levels are there in Bloody?
Quad 9.
Yeah, I believe the max is out 9999. I'm not 100% sure though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I
Yeah.
remember reading
It's-
something of what happens at Quad 9. I forget what it was.
But yeah, they start throwing weird stuff at you. Like, Agni and Rudra, where you got you know how when you kill one, the other one uses both swords.
Correct.
Yeah, you just fight one of him with both swords, and he's fully health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So in any case, Agni and Rudra allow me to explain for people who aren't Bob and me. So those are the twin sword dudes where their heads are on the swords.
Right, okay,
So you'd
yeah.
kill one, and then the other one would pick them up, join them together, and have the double sword thing.
And do all sorts of crazy attacks.
Yeah, like fucking tornadoes and shit.
Yeah, he can do this thing where he sits there, like slashing the air and making
Crazy shit fly out.
air
Yeah.
blades fly at you everywhere.
Like he's a Gundam.
And then freaking, what stopped me, of course, was one of those garbage designed gesture fights that was added for the special edition.
Yeah, fuck the jester fights. Fuck that.
And yeah,
Fuck that shit.
yeah.
I'm
unclear about how you feel about this, Dan.
Oh fuck the gesture fights.
Okay.
The gesture fights.
The gesture.
I'm waving. Dice.
I found those are a lot easier with Gunslinger, but of course, I can't really switch my style like that far into a Bloody Palace run, so it's really annoying.
I'm sort of spoiling shit here by saying this. I just now remembered, because in my head, it has been this the whole time. Gundam Musou is not called Gundam Musou in the States, and it is called Gundam Warriors.
That reminds me, I was reading at my job today, the back of we have a box art for Story of Seasons, and it says the continuation of, like, something Monogatari series. And I'm like,
No.
why would you put
What?
Why would you put that on? What? No one here would know what that is. Is that what you call Harvest Moon in Japan?
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
they probably can't say Harvest Moon.
Legally, yeah. Oh, man. That's awful. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
That's awful.
Uh-huh. And I think that probably ranted on about Devil May Cry 3 enough.
That's fine. It's okay.
I don't think you really sold jump canceling.
It's so good.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad good.
God, it's insane. What people do with it online is crazy.
God damn it.
I thought a really
You okay?
The fucking Gun Warriors 3 is still 20-some bucks. Fuck that shit. I want a billion hours of gameplay for like $10. Actually good gameplay, because if I just wanted a billion hours for $10, I would get Knack, where you have to play through the game like 7 times.
Great.
Say, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
Did you play anything else?
Not really.
Are you sure? Okay.
I'm just really angry because I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, Gun Warriors is a really good game.
Yeah,
Like 1 and 3 were excellent.
it was pretty good. Honestly,
Pretty sure 2 was the bad one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Because
kind of like
one was completely fanfic.
yeah, and that was the best. Still,
And yes.
because they actually tried when it came to the story mode, which they just don't
was-
do for 2 and 3.
No, they don't. But it's really cool how they handle each person's story, and it is like every last fucker in 3. Like, I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, that's nifty.
Yeah, that's definitely better than what 2 does, which I remember just shits it up. In any case.
I know you and I both attempted to play Apotheon.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I
about
actually
that.
didn't even touch that shit because people... Fucking, this is how it is. This is how it is. I didn't even go searching for Resogun news. And my Facebook gets blown up with, like, people being like, hey, Dan, there's a Resogun update and there's a paid DLC next week. Fucking, I'm playing the... Fine, whatever, I'll try... Ah!
Light pours out of your face.
I'm you from the future! We need to stop the Angels of Destruction before they buy next week's Resogun DLC. I'm like, why? That's way cheaper than me buying it. Hell, can Eric buy it? But hey. So how's Apotheon?
Apotheon, I believe I got 5 seconds into it, realized, oh, they want me to play a 2D side-scroller with the thumbstick. Fuck this, and turned it off.
Yeah, welcome to last gen.
Maybe I will try again when I have more patience, but right now I can't deal with that.
I did get a bit farther than that. I got around 20 minutes in, but everything, like even if you can get past the thumbstick moving you, the movement and the way he swings at the weapon are just both so awful.
Now, the amazing thing is, here's what this is in my head. It's a Metroidvania. You control with the thumbstick, and the movement feels awful, and you swing a thing. It's Outland.
That feels way worse than Outland. Like, you have to aim your strikes with the right analog stick.
I know that, yeah.
And
I heard
it just
about that.
feels super wonky. And
Don't worry, Axiom Verge is going to come out, and we're going to go, how did we not notice it was 3D and made on Unity engine? And it'll just be fucking garbage. And I'll be like, oh, thank you, Santa Claus. And he'll pull up his pants and be like, you're welcome.
Wow. Okay. Well then.
If Axiom Verge comes out and sucks, it will be the equivalent of Santa Claus showing up at my house to take a dump on my chest.
Okay, yes.
Oh, right, when we're sitting on Devil May Cry 3.
I spent 7 years making this pile of shit.
It's been festering and stewing in my Santa bowels.
What would be a good term? My Yuletide bowels. There we go. Yes.
Oh.
You were saying something?
Yeah.
Pantheon, maybe?
No, it was actually Devil May Cry 3 again. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're going back. What are guard castles? No. What's up?
Actually, I did when I was having
No,
trouble.
just-
Okay, not even.
No.
No perfect guard.
Nope,
Okay.
not even.
I was trying to do
Royal Guard mode, and aggro made like Kool-Aid Man through the wall. They start talking about how it's at all valid.
But yeah.
Okay, real quick. You
What's
can
up?
remember what you're going to say. The two shittiest things I've ever done to aggro in gaming.
Yeah.
One, here you go, aggro. This is Devil May Cry 3. Handsome Dante on Royal Guard mode. Circle blocks. So instead of having a circle button that does cool shit, like makes him spin in midair, shooting bullets, or lets him shoot in two directions, guard. He went multiple stages, and then Bob's like, you could use a better style.
He's like, what?
Okay, the second one. Aggro comes into my room, and I'm playing Infamous. And he tells me, he's like, yeah, I'm playing through Infamous on hard mode, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, it's so hard. Blah, 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 blibbity, blah, blah, blah. And he leaves. And then Jay, like, 2 days later, comes into my room, and he's like, yeah, aggro was having trouble, like, getting enough experience. I'm like, oh, yeah, all the hard mode does is just reduce how much experience you get. And then he tells Aggro comes in my room, you motherfucker.
Wait, so can you like turn down the level?
You can just do it on the pause menu. You can change the difficulty.
Right, but can you level up on normal and then turn it to hard and play?
But it won't be meaningful. Like, it'll
okay.
mean nothing. And it literally, as far as I could tell, and I played through the game multiple times, hard mode did nothing but just make 5 experience, now 3 experience per enemy.
Wow,
So
that
it's
is
like,
lazy.
you can't max out your character. Fuck you. Which is kind of the worst thing in the world to do to somebody in a game that is clearly designed to please obsessive compulsive people.
Right,
Collect all the blue Skittles.
The whole thing with that game is just powering up to get.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just make like you could legitimately just have enemies with higher health bars, and
Okay.
that would be better.
They needed, check this out.
What's up?
Check this out, everybody. They needed something deeply wrong with the game, objectively bad, so that way when they made another Infamous, they'll go, hey, it's better because it doesn't have that.
It's like, what's the opposite of planned obsolescence? Making it shitty, not so it'll break so that you can make it better intentionally.
Spontaneous permanence? Coincidental. Yeah, there we go. Coincidental permanence. Oops, it's eternal. Guess this iPad's gonna live forever. Better write something important in it. It shows an alien traveling across our dead planet, picks up an iPad, dick butt.
He's very unamused.
Yes, he's just like,
Because he immediately knows what it is.
yes. He knows,
Because it's also accompanied by a diagram.
right? This is how it normally looks. This is dick butt. You humans. No wonder you're all fucking dead. Heat death. what were we even...
Bob, you had a thing.
Yes,
I had
Devil
to
May
think-
Cry
I-
thing before I talk about how much of a shitlord I am to aggro.
But
twice.
was Virgil when I was playing through that mode on easy, I couldn't even keep my scores or ranks at S because the enemies died so fast that you can't combo.
Oh.
Yeah,
That was
I remember
crazy.
I did that one. I did that as yeah. That's the same problem. I'm like, why is this happen? Oh.
And there's also a
dying too
thing, or
fast.
a trophy for beating the whole game was S ranks on every mission, any difficulty. So I'm like, all right,
Part of me is really fucked up in the head.
yeah,
He's
Part-
like, hey, you know you still own those Metal Gear Solid HD ports on your Vita. I'm like, stop! No! And it's like, they have trophies. And I'm like, don't even! I know where you're heading. And it's like, and with transferring, you could get 4 platinums.
You sprayed yourself with Metal Gear.
No, it's the fucking
torture scene
It's
from
the torture
3?
scene from 3. Yeah, I'm just in a plastic bag, zip tied, as I beat the shit out of myself.
Did 3 have a torture scene, or am I thinking of 1?
No, it's 3. 3.
Okay.
I mean, there is 1 with the electric chair,
Yeah.
but 3 had the really fucked up like POV from inside of a fucking bag that is zip tied to his neck, and you just see him get the shit beaten out of him.
yeah. Everyone has a torture scene, doesn't it? I think
Every single
does
one.
2?
Wait,
Metal.
no, yeah, 2 does. Same thing as 1. Same exact thing as 1. Except for your
that was
writing.
the whole point. That was the
Yes,
whole point.
that was the whole
Yeah.
point of 2. But 4, I can't think of anything.
Or-
Oh, the torture hallway. That is a torture
Oh,
scene.
Yeah, the hallway.
Yeah,
it is.
So there you go. There's your murder porn.
And then he's attacked by tiny robots at the end of it, too.
Yeah.
Fuck your murder hallway, now tiny robots.
Speaking of which, that segment of the game and that moment, a lot better, a lot worse than I remember it being.
Yeah.
So back games into today. So in any case, 4 platinums.
Have you been playing anything else, Bob?
No.
Okay.
Somebody
I
get
know
me
what
out of
you've
this
been
pit.
playing.
What have I been playing?
Fucking Resogun.
Well, actually, no, not that much.
Well, you played it.
I did for like 2 hours, but I've mostly been playing Little Big Planet.
Okay.
So, as people who follow us on Twitter, which you should, links in the description.
Oh, son, follow all of us.
This episode's brought to you by Audible. Do you like reading? No. Listen to that shit on your iPad. Fuck earbuds. That guy next to you can listen to 50 Shades of Gay. No, see, it's funny because it's a parody. No, it's not funny, and I get that. And then they were both dudes.
So you can subscribe to Dan for updates about the website. You can subscribe to me to listen to me be drunk on Twitter. You can subscribe to Bob
For nothing
for
other
fucking
than
nothing.
fucking Final Fantasy Type Zero's Twitter spam.
Yeah. I gotta win that PS4, guys.
You know, we didn't link aggro in any of the descriptions.
Oh,
His
yeah.
Twitter is
Aggro
actually...
but he updates slightly more often than Bob.
That's true. He has gotten to that point, which is a little weird.
Yeah, I just noticed that I hadn't seen anything from him in months.
He tweeted something about Final Fantasy XIV last month.
about the writing, I believe.
Yeah. So in any case, Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
So what was required for me to get to the platinum? Little Big Planet 1.
Oh,
8 years.
Yeah.
In the making, this platinum.
it's driving
right?
you insane, slowly
Absolutely.
but surely.
Fucking absolutely.
That
It's
was the
just
one
been-
about.
Yeah, so in any case, you need to get a level hearted by 50 people. Done. I was one of the first people making animations in Little Big Planet. I made a animated running Mega Man machine, which was impressive in its time. Little Big Planet 2 comes out, and the way you animate things can be done on such a crazier, higher scale.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But you as a creator must be hearted by 30 people. Let me tell you about the Little Big Planet community. No one hearts creators. The only people who heart creators are creators that say, if you heart me, I'll heart you back. So that shitlord, and I know you're listening, Phil Robinson. Robbins? I think it's Robbins. I'm pretty sure it's Phil Robbins. In any case, fuck you! He's like, yeah, no, I got that platinum. I'm like, how did you get people to heart you? And he's like, oh, I just went to their fucking levels and commented heart for heart me and I'll heart you. And I made a level that was like, heart me and I'll heart you back. I'm like, that's shitty. No, I will not rely on some shit-tacular Facebook marketing bullshit tactics, and I waited 8 years for my fucking really, really well-designed level that actually took advantage of various visual glitches and mechanical things in Little Big Planet to make an impressive level, and my Mega Man animated running machine to get me 30, not a huge number, hearts.
So how does 8 years of integrity feel?
It was 23 hearts. 23 hearts is what I had when I got back. I made and ran through, because in order to access online, you must play through the entire first chapter of Little Big Planet.
Ugh.
I ran through as what was technically 3 sets of, 1 player, 2 players, and 4 players in 3 separate runs. Chapter 1, to sign in as each of them, exit the game, boot it up again on the right account, and heart me. So that way the shit would be over and the fucking nightmare would end.
You had to make those new accounts?
No. It turns out I had enough accounts on my PS3. I only had to make 1.
All right.
I don't.
So again, how does 8 years of integrity feel?
It feels nicer than just like at the moment that it's like, oh hey, do this thing that requires people to like you. Just immediately dropping the ball and being like, no, I'm not gonna make good things. I'm gonna make a fucking empty space that plays a Skrillex song I got from some other asshole's level, and it's gonna say heart for heart, bro. Speaking of which, Little Big Planet full of a lot of Skrillex covers now.
Huh.
Because they just have sequencer machines that
Right.
can play music in Little Big Planet 2. So I have that platinum.
Great.
And I'm like, okay, now that nightmare's over, I'm not even kidding you. I stopped trying to platinum Little Big Planet 2 because of how angry I was at 1. So I go back to 2. Oh, that's right. My save file for Little Big Planet 2 went down with my fucking Yellow Light of Death PS3.
Great. To start from scratch.
So I started from scratch. Luckily, somehow through the magic that is Little Big Planet, it saved not necessarily all the bubbles and things I had from 1 or any of that stuff, which doesn't eat at me so much because I'm not super thrilled about making perfect levels, quote, quote. But it did save my costumes and all my cool DLC and various fittings. So I still have the most badass fucking Sackboy ever, which has like fucking Solid Snake's eye, Revolver Ocelot's hair, a fucking cape, a top hat, and like an amazing coat. And he just runs around being this fucking like spaghetti western villain in the future.
Spaghetti western cyborg villain.
Yes, he's incredible. Also, it saved Dr. Manhattan, which is nice. Because, you can float around in the creator. So it was kind of neat to do that. Because he just sits there.
I was about to say, how hard was it? Was it making it blue?
No, it was blue, and I needed to get the glowing eyes, which is one of the items one. And then I did actually make the simple on his head.
Oh, okay.
Because there were just the right things, and there were just the right texture glitches. I was like, wow, that came out right. That shouldn't have. That was a 6. But in any case, so I'm going through Little Big Planet 2, and they announced that sale. That PlayStation sale of Valentine's, and it's like, hey, Little Big Planet 3, it's only $24, and I'm like, man, me and Tosh really wanted Little Big Planet 3. Isn't that right?
What?
Pay attention to the podcast. I'm gonna make her the audio engineer, so that's it all like okay to do. No, I was mentioning how we were very interested in Little Big Planet 3.
Yes.
Yes, so I was like, hey, I should get that. But now I'm like 3 chapters into perfecting, which is getting through a whole level, getting every bubble, and also getting through the whole level, not dying. Those fucking first at least 2 chapters, I think 3 now. I'm working on my 3rd. And I'm like, what are the odds by the end of this? Because Little Big Planet is a shambling house of cards.
Yeah.
Mechanically. Like, we're talking, there's a moment in it. What are the odds by the end of this? I'm just not going to want to fucking play through Little Big Planet in a way that would get me trophies. Which I know it's weird. It's like, but shouldn't you be there for the game? And it's like, yeah, but the OCD element of it, of getting all the shit, like all the bubbles and things, and like you get shit from acing levels. is why I play it. Like, I enjoy
And it also
platinuming those
extends
games
game
because
time
of that.
as well. And
Right.
increases replayability of the game. You get more value out of it.
But the problem is, it's a shambling house of cards. Example, one part in it, it has these little critters that just go along the ground, and they have a bubble on their head, and you bounce on it. The
Right.
sides of them have spikes. So you're doing that, and it's just, there's space far enough where you can bounce from one to the other, to the other, to the other, and it's like super, that's obviously what you should be doing. But then, as you get towards the end of this, there's a little track of fire on the ground, and a giant scary thing with all these effects on it that is spawning them. What you cannot possibly perceive is the intensity of this vision is so much that the game slows down, and now the rate at which it's spawning these fuckers slows down. So you're headed for that jump. And it doesn't spawn that shit in time because the game's lagging horribly.
Incredible.
So then you land in fire.
Yeah.
That was the last thing in that level.
Oh dear.
Little Big Planet levels aren't short, are they?
Some of them are. That one, fucking 3-4 times. I don't know. I must have run it 11 times trying to ace it, but yeah. I mean, there are other things too where it's like the Gravinator. Okay, there's a boss where it's got the bubble on it. You need to wait for it to expose the bubble, and you use the Gravinator to throw a cake at it. And it's
Right.
like, yeah, I hit it with the cake, but like for some reason the cake's like, nah, I hit slightly below that bubble and I melted. So
Oh.
I didn't hit. And it's like, but you hit right next to it, and if you just continued the motion, you would have done. It's like, nah, you missed. I'm like, but I didn't.
You missed.
Yeah, and that's Little Big Planet when you try to ace it. So that's not that great.
That game.
It's weird. It's really fucking weird. It's like that game. So much of it is done so well, but then like some core elements are just fucking wrong. They're just fucking wrong. Which is why you saw that tweet from me that is like, for the next Little Big Planet, they should burn it to the ground. I want that shit to run at 60. I want less impressive graphics. I want a lot of fixed physics so Sackboy always jumps the same height. So that way, you know, it's fun to play.
Yeah, that had always been my problem with it. It was like, it's a really cool idea. It really is.
On paper, this is a fucking beautiful snowflake.
Yes.
And then it melts, and you're like, yeah, faked out my paper. Fucking, yeah, no. So, feelings. I've also been playing Resogun.
Okay.
Resogun got an update. Okay, so just to recap. Resogun comes out. It is the best video game I've ever played, probably. Pretty fucking good odds of being that. Everything's so mechanically sound. Somewhere in a timeline we're not too sure about, some asshole at Housemarque goes, all of these scores are from the same ship. I'm gonna fix this. Which, wrong. He's gonna change it, which doesn't mean fix. So what he does is fuck the game up hard.
How hard?
So hard. Bane hard. He left my joy for that game in a pit to die as he burned down Gotham.
Also, he broke your spine.
Yeah. Which, you know, is its own thing. But Housemarque's okay. So in any case,
That guy, not so much.
so they do that. So they fucking break the game. And for months, it's great. I check my save file because I brought my save file from playing the new version back to the house. And it's like last updated July. Because I booted it up, I played it for 2 days and went, this is broken garbage, I'm out. So out of nowhere, no heads up on this whatsoever. They're just like,
Here's an update.
hey, you guys should subscribe to our secret news feed, and we'll update a secret newsletter where we leak info.
What?
I'm like, what? And then like 2 days later, it's on every site. It's like, yeah, Resogun got a huge update. It's not got challenges and feats and all this shit. And you get a rank, and then you can rank up, and it's got all this shit, playability, and the next week paid DLC for this thing called, and it's still blowing my mind, Resogun Defenders.
Yeah.
What? That's like
What's
if
wrong
we
with
got-
Defenders?
We just fucking got an expansion to Stardust called Super Stardust HD Asteroids. Fuck. It is just like so incredible. I'm just like, and I'm so burned by that patch. I'm so jaded and burned by that patch. I'm like, whatever. I just got done playing the shitty PS3, which I played a lot of Resogun because I played the PS3 one. I platinumed it. So I'm like, whatever. I just got done with that. That shit's based on patch version 1. It was nice. It was nice going back to this not broken pile of shit game.
Oh, they never patched
No, that
Wow.
thing's based on version 1.
Wow.
It's great. And garbage. Fucking garbage.
Huh.
Someday I'm going to do a video just being like, look at this. Which
Look at it.
We're one of the few people on YouTube, including probably the company that made the game themselves, who can actually put up a video in good enough quality to be like, look at this filthy garbage. Which I'm pretty sure Sony wouldn't be happy if Housemarque did that.
You're right. That'd be a little weird.
Man,
Look at this hot garbage.
that's a fucking
That
great,
we made.
That is a fucking great direction for pixel bitching to go in. It's just me dressed up as a wrestler. Look at this fucking garbage
Made by garbage people.
Actually,
So basically, this update was like you came
So this
home from
update-
school one day, and
I
your
fucking-
dead dog is alive again. Your parents got back together,
better.
and they gave you a cake.
It was like, okay, so my father, my biological father, he would take me up to his house every other weekend, and it was about 40 minutes from my house in Niceville. And as we were going up there, occasionally I would see shooting stars. I would look at those shooting stars, and I would be like, because keep in mind, my dad, strong connection between him and Sega Genesis and Sega CD and thus Sonic, and wonder why I forgot I was a Sonic fan for so long. So in any case, I'm driving up there and I'm looking out and I see a shooting star and I'm like, I want a Sega Saturn. Now, okay. So I come home, the parents are alive, the dog is alive, I aced the test, I'm now a millionaire, and I got a Sega Saturn, and it was good! That's what this update was
I
like.
think the real miracle here is the Sega Saturn being good.
Right? I mean, the amazing thing is like Sega Saturn is the Wii U of its day, but I digress. It's like, I'm a dumb idea, but look at these amazing 2D games. Whereas in this case, it's like, look at these amazing, shitty-looking 3D games.
So yeah.
I mean, Code of Princess is a fucking knockoff of Guardian Legends, so
Yeah,
what's up with that?
I was actually there when you first sat down to play the new Resogun. You basically sat down. This can't be any good, and then you burst into a cloud of light and went, "Oh my god!"
Yes. That face and everything.
That did happen.
I believe Code of Princess is made by the people who made Guardian Legends.
Yes.
So that's the pass they get there.
My statement's still accurate. I like how you're back there. You're like, hey, about Code of Princess.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Let me set this record straight. You know, Code of Princess, does that have 3D?
Yeah,
It would look better on the new 3DS XL.
it would. It still wouldn't run right because, God, they didn't. Yeah.
No. Because the 3DS is a piece of shit, is the rest of this. Have you used that thing? In any case, whatever. In any case. Resogun's really good.
In any case,
Resogun's really good.
that's cool.
Resogun is really... I think it has 5 sets of trophies now. Yeah. They're just
Do you
like,
know what's in the vendors pack yet?
Defenders?
Yeah.
They display the 2 modes and their description. I don't want to spoil it. I just want to boot it up. That's what I've done for all this.
All right.
Which, you know, it's kind of hard to be super psyched about the survival mode and the other things that were in demolition mode that were in that patch because they ruined it with that patch.
Right.
It was like, oh look, my ship can now be Nyan Cat. Isn't that great? Except for the part where this is a garbage game now, made by Garbage Man. Yeah, no, that thing's incredible, and I look forward to making some sort of video. I'm not sure it's a quick play. I may just actually do the review now. So I don't know. We'll see. So happy. Pushing off playing it so I can deal with Little Big Planet 2 and just get it done.
Okay.
Fucking moment.
Want to move on to news?
So, okay, last thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how Little Big Planet 2's trophy set tops the bullshit of Little Big Planet 1's trophy set? So they take out
Do you
all
need 40 people to heart you as a creator?
No, that would be on the same dimensional scale.
Oh,
This is an extra dimensional shift of bullshit.
okay.
Magic.
You have to spend 24 active hours in creative mode. Now, what does that mean?
What
you
does
boot
that
into
mean?
the create mode and leave it there for 20. No. That means you must have active button inputs and be doing something in create mode for 24 cumulative hours.
Like, not even just moving to the right the whole time? Like,
No.
oh my god.
So, Bob, that 6-button PS3 pad for fighting games.
Yeah.
Does it have turbo?
I don't think so.
You sure?
Not
I thought it had
100%.
some stupid turbo thing.
You see it?
No,
Okay.
I mean it's your house. No, but
There's
yeah,
miasma everywhere in here.
I need to borrow it if it does,
Right,
Because
for
everyone's
reasons.
trick is just tape down square with turbo.
Yeah.
It'll just keep popping and yeah. And then there's another one that's like spend 5 hours in community levels. And I'm like, okay, it didn't say active. I leave it in a community level, come back, don't have the trophy. You know, just fuck you.
Right.
There was one that's like, give a rating to 50 brand new levels with fewer than 10 plays. I'm like, oh, great. Dig through garbage. So about how many Skrillex covers?
You become very well acquainted with the oeuvre of Squid.
Tosh and I were having a time, though. We really were. There was a level where all of the enjoyment I got out of it was playing the Skrillex cover. And it was a beach. And there were these two ladies there doing something. Hey, Tosh. You... Okay, one sec. Okay, you remember that level in Little Big Planet where it was the beach? And it was playing that Skrillex song? It was the community level? What the fuck were those chicks doing? Like, they were just wailing their arms and not really doing anything,
Was
right?
it dancing?
I don't know.
The one that was just like bouncing up and down really
Yeah.
fast,
Yeah.
and her arms were out.
Uh-huh. And then the other one just sort of moved her arms.
No, the other one just kind of like bounced as well, and it was next to this.
And it looked
sand
glitchy.
castle.
Sand.
Like, it looked really fucking glitchy, too. So, there's a Grabinator in the level, so I picked him up, and through a series of jumping just right and tossing at the right velocities and ducking, and, like, they tried to run back to where they were, and I'm like, no! And it was like I was chasing them on the beach, grabbing them and tossing them. I drowned them both.
Oh.
And that's how I made that fun.
Murder!
Because the amazing part is when they touch the water, they don't like bloom, 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 and fall to the. They electrify and pop.
Like
I
you
was
do
like-
in water.
And I was like, oh, maybe like you do in water. I haven't done that yet. But in any case, I walked back where they were, expecting them to just. They're gone forever.
So wait, were they sack people or
They
were
were
That's
sack
what
bots.
happens when
Sack
you
bots,
murder
okay.
Yeah, they
people.
were
They,
just-
are gone forever.
Really?
people
Yeah.
die when they're killed?
People die when they are killed.
So that's where my dad is. Yeah, there was a lot of garbage. And it got to the point where, like, I couldn't even figure out how to give a negative rating. So that beach level was amazing. And I've got 110, at least, or at most 110 more levels to go through and rate for the gold trophy.
110?
Because it's 160 total. And I did it
That's
for 50
insane.
brand new levels. And I have to rate them.
That is crazy. And you have to beat them to rate them, don't you?
Actually, no.
Okay, that makes
Either
sense.
way,
'cause there's
loading
so
on
many-
Little Big Planet takes a long time because
Yeah,
it's
it does.
procedural. Yeah, so in any case, that's the fun I'm having in Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah, fun.
I just want to seal that coffin
Yeah.
and leave it in the graveyard.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Little Big Planet 3 could be like a fresh start and be like, oh, look, new tools, making a game. Because Little Big Planet 2, all it fucking added was cutscene bullshit and like stuff that was really good for puppeteering. And then the voice sampling shit broke. And if you want to know more about that, go watch my review. That is based on real life. In any case. So yeah, Little Big Planet 3 could be good, but in the middle of this Little Big Planet 2 horse shit, I'm like, I know I'm going to want to ace it, and then it's going to not work right, and then that's going to be a fucking nightmare. So, you want to talk about news?
Okay.
I heard you motherfuckers like nudes.
I love nudes.
Here's some news.
Great. Oh.
Not quite the same.
Not the same.
So we got some game news.
Yeah.
Eric's going to read it off for us. Eric, what's
I'm the
first?
only one facing the actual words.
Now we're going to do the thing we often do with the news. Jump to that one about Housemarque in the middle.
Okay.
It's on both screens. It's
Yeah.
bigger over there.
Oh, yeah, it
there
is.
you go.
Housemarque working with Eugene Jarvis, the designer of Defender and Smash TV.
And
on a-
Robotron.
And Robotron. Really? Oh.
Yeah.
On an...
And Cruisin' USA.
Okay, I left a few games out. I'm sorry.
Dude.
They're
just-
working on a new game.
Yeah.
Together.
So the guy who made Defender
At
is
last.
now working
In
with the
perfect
people
harmony.
who made Defender good. Jeff Gerstmann. Was it at the launch of the PS4? He's like, no, that's bullshit. The killer title for the PS4 cannot be Defender, god damn it. And I'm
yet-
like, guess what? Fuck you, Defender was shit. This is amazing. Because I honestly believe that. Like, I played Defender. Have you ever played
I
Defender?
played Defender, yeah.
You sure?
I believe it was on one of the arcade mixes on
Yeah,
the
okay.
GameCube.
Yeah. So, like, there's a teleport button.
That just randomly fucking teleports you
Uh-huh.
and often into an enemy.
What a mechanic.
Yeah.
That fucking
way
guy. Yeah, no.
Well, let me get the recorders.
I feel like
Yeah.
it was a last ditch, I'm gonna die, time to try and save
Just
myself.
roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just never really liked Defender. And it wasn't even I didn't play it at the right time. No, I've always been into arcade games older than me, like hella hardcore.
Yeah.
Like Robotron and fucking Pac-Man and shit. Defender, I have never liked. Like, the first time I played Defender, I got how it was amazing. I was like, oh shit, on the bottom there's this tiny screen showing where you are, and then the full strip of the playfield, and it loops. That's insane!
Whoa.
That must have been mind-blowing when it came out. Unfortunately,
It was garbage.
this game fucking sucks. It's like if Asteroids somehow looped, but then played like trash. Like, it just kept scrolling and looped. And it would be like, oh my god, you've ruined something. In any case, so that's exciting, but at the same time, little known fact, Eugene Jarvis is a jungle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you just have to listen to the guy talk anytime in the last 5 years, and you can just tell he's fucking, I don't even know how to describe him. He's just... His core design principles seem to just be extreme as fuck. And, not even
Wait,
in a
he's
way...
the guy that made Strider?
No.
Okay.
No, he's the guy who was like, Robotron's a better game than Asteroids because humans die.
Oh.
Smash TV is
Wow.
a great game because it's half tank, half giant fat dude that explodes and has a metal skeleton and screams shit. He made Narc, which,
Yeah.
as you'll recall,
Yeah.
is just like Mortal Kombat style graphics and blowing up druggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game was something.
And do I even have to say and clarify in Cruisin' USA, the game where you can hit a fucking zebra and it explodes into 32 chunks of meat?
Yes.
So Eugene Jarvis, that seems to be his only guiding design principle of yeah, and then it fucking explodes!
And you can see his guts. It's like, whoa.
And it's like, oh my god. And
So
then
he's
they quote,
constantly stuck in that 13-year-old mindset.
and then they quote RoboCop.
Yep.
I'd buy that for $1.
So, him and Ed Boon team up and,
That always weirded me out. I was like, do you and Ed Boon, hang out? It doesn't seem like it. I'm like, well, that sucks. They should just make some really shitty game show.
right? I don't even know what they do.
All right?
Kill people, I guess?
Probably for sport. I don't know. But damn, is that good TV? Welcome to Japanese game shows.
Oh, no.
We kill people for sport. I guess we're entertained. We're so numb. But yeah, so on one hand, I'm like, oh my god, that's really cool. The creator of the original game that inspired the new one is working with the studio to make this new, different game. Probably an expansion for this, but new, different game, and it's gonna be awesome. But at the same time, I'm like, Housemarque is just fine on their own.
Right.
Which more and more I start to question, but that's...
No, as long as they fired that one guy that pushed out that patch.
Yeah, right?
What's the name of that other game they're working on that's like the Aliens?
I forgot, but that thing was like crazy awesome.
Oh,
And probably is going to be better than whatever Eugene Jarvis is
Alien Nation?
Alienation. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
See, the reason why I couldn't remember, check this out. That is a Commodore 64, like, really old kind of name for a game. Like, there were multiple games back then that are that same play style. Like, you're here, single screen, you're blowing the shit out of aliens. And they were, like, named very similar things, if not the exact same thing. Hell, as far as I know, Super Stardust, in case you guys didn't know, is a 2-decade-old game.
Oh,
I thought
No
it was
one's
just
played it.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't just Stardust, it was Super Stardust? That was that
Yeah, well, there's Stardust, then Super Stardust, and then Super Stardust HD.
one? Okay.
And by this point, Super Stardust may be 2 decades old.
Jeez.
Yeah, so they've been around for fucking ever, just hiding in Finland, or I think it's Finland. And yeah, it's just fucking... Yeah, so in any case, who knows? Alienation may be a fucking game, and maybe why I don't... Like, oh yeah, that's the name of it. I thought that was taken. It was taken, because this is it again. Only this time it's crazy awesome and involves laser beams.
And here I was thinking, oh yeah, it's like Dead Nation, but Alien. Okay.
yeah.
No, that would be terrible. I wouldn't be interested. Because it's a single space screen.
No, I mean the name-wise.
Oh,
that
okay.
being one.
Yeah, right. I mean, it is, right?
Right?
But
Right.
it's not.
Right.
It's not dumb like Dead Nation. Because like what was the next step? Zombie Nation, Undead Nation. Like it's just I don't know. That name sucks. It does.
Okay.
I don't know.
Want to move on to the next one? We done with this?
No one else is gonna say.
I got
anything.
nothing.
Okay.
I have
nothing. No,
We're moving on.
I was there for you, Dad.
No one has a point of reference for Eugene Jarvis.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm probably cruising in USA.
There is
I play
okay.
that
Here we go.
sometimes.
Homework, everybody. And this week, I actually mean it. Go watch. Just go to YouTube. Mark Cerny, Eugene Jarvis. Type it in. Watch that video. Everything I said about the man up until now will be proven 300 times by the end of that video.
Wow.
He's an insipid jackass. But in any case, let's go on to.
Okay. Dissidia.
Bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum.
We're required to do that every
Yeah.
time I say Dissidia.
Bum, ba-da-da-dum.
Final Fantasy has been announced for Japanese arcades. It's a bit of a reboot. It has 3v3 battles, and there's going to be more info on April 10th. It has
So it's
a
for
news to
Japanese
come.
arcades.
for Japanese only arcades right now, because Japanese arcades are a
need
thing.
because they need to double dip. Because they need to make the models and make the core gameplay, but like making the story mode around it and all that other shit, kind of pricey. So why not dip at first on arcade,
Yeah.
and then spit it into a console game that's a full Dissidia, a year or two later.
That's the hope.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, Did you see how pretty that game is? There's no way they could do that for arcades. Like literally, no one is doing that for Japanese arcade.
Yeah, our Japanese arcades are also dying, much
Yeah.
like American ones, apparently.
Great.
American ones are dead.
Well, yeah.
well, they're,
There's
like
Much
some.
like they did.
Yeah, did.
Okay.
All right.
There's like sometimes like they're an endangered, super endangered species. There's like 3 left in the wild.
My brother called me. He just moved to a new city over in I think Washington State.
Here's his home address.
And yeah, he was like, yeah, they have 2 arcades here. It's weird.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm like, what?
Do they also sell unicorns down at the corner store?
I'm just thinking about last week and the whole like, is that also the second half of the never-ending story? Because now I'm thinking about like, did you ask your brother if he was in the second half of the never-ending story? No. So in any case,
I'm excited if there's a new Dissidia because I played the shit out of Dissidias.
you're telling me
Yeah.
I'm honestly.
I will lose my 160 hours of Destiny, and that was bad. The city will consume me whole.
I believe I did that at least in Dissidia.
Yeah, me
And
too.
there was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that had
There-
fewer
there were
characters
two-
than this
two
version
versions.
will. It didn't have an online play in the way that this one would.
I'm really worried about the 3v3, honestly.
Yeah.
That could go really bad.
You're like, I don't know, there's such a fine finesse to the gameplay that is quad 9 damage. That is Laguna Coil.
I really hope Laguna's not in this game.
I would love it if Laguna's in this game. Fucking laser cannon everywhere. What does he yell? I just remember by the end of us playing Dissidia as friends, one, we weren't that good of friends
He did
anymore.
yell something every time.
Yeah, he would be like, God,
It was so great. Oh man,
full
Dissidia.
power or something.
No, it's some ridiculous like sort
Pretty
of
much,
phrase.
yeah.
It was great. He might as well. I'm really feeling it, like, cause. But yeah, no, 3v3 is really gonna break the finesse.
The deep combat system.
You know, I'm worried about Xenoverse. They might ruin that perfect Budokai Tenkaichi formula. Yeah, no, 3v3 sounds great. Oh man, I just do it once and all 3 enemies are dead because I just shot them with a laser. Yeah, and then there's 2 of them. He does the one where he rocks through the air with the laser, and then the other one where he spins around and boom.
There's one where he just sits on the ground, just pow, just lasers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That character
Even
is
better.
balanced.
Even better.
Totally balanced.
Even better. Not playing as Laguna, playing as that other hassle who just has that move. Because he has
Bartz.
everybody's room.
I hate you, Bartz.
Fuck yeah, Bartz! He was my second favorite. He was my favorite. And the Laguna was my second favorite.
My
And you
favorite.
guess
My
why.
favorite was always Gabranth.
Because
Because I was if I had the equipment, I would always have it so they would just get EX cores for days and then
Yeah.
always be in murder mode.
Yeah, God, Dissidia was so good. So, okay, here is what I said after I saw this. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that new guy who took over Square Enix, he turned that shit around pretty fast.
Why are we making all this garbage?
He's like, wait, we have an amazing game people want and you won't sell it to them? Put it on PS4. That thing's in households. What the fuck are you people doing? Where's Final Fantasy 15? Well, we're making Versus 13. Shut the fuck up. You're making 15. Idiot. Kingdom Hearts 3, what's the status? We could make a trailer. What's the status of the game?
We've
we
got
didn't
this
make one.
Agnes engine thing again. We could show people. You fucking put that shit in the trash can and start making.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to respect the fact that you think people who play Kingdom Hearts give a shit about how technically impressive your game is. Nope, I can't put it on Unreal. Don't fucking buy it. Oh, look, it's Squall and Mickey Mouse.
That's what they came here for.
It looks slightly better than a PS2 game.
I think
They love it.
I think yes, exactly. I think there was a guy at the Final Fantasy 13 launch who both sounded like that and was that level of intellect of like, oh look, it's Squall and Mickey Mouse. I'll buy it.
Like he sounds dismissive and then submits.
Yes.
What fucking idiot
He
would do this? Look at Squall.
He
Nick.
has-
I'm done.
He has tonal problems. That's the only tone he can talk in.
Uh-oh.
Oh look, a cheeseburger.
It's tragic, really.
He's really not in charge of any of himself.
No.
He's 400 pounds. Got crazy acne.
I don't want to talk about this guy anymore.
He also had a 360. Not saying it's connected, but it's connected.
But it's aliens.
But it's alien. Eats aliens.
Oh, look, it's aliens.
So Eric, I want to read this news.
Okay, you
'Cause
can read
is
this
such
news.
good news because
Turn your spine Rob Liefeld style and be able to read this news.
Maybe he was born with it. Maybe my bone broken. So Sonic Boom is among the worst selling Sonic games of all time.
Of all time.
Now, I'm looking at these numbers. The 2 games together, the one on the 3DS and the Wii U, combined 490,000.
See, when I heard this news, I thought it was only just for Sonic Boom on...
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you would
But
think.
it's both.
It is.
Right, so here's the thing.
Okay, even better.
Here's the thing. I think one of the 2 Sonic Drift titles, one of which only came out in Japan, that is the Game Gear Racer, sold better than that.
Dude, DMC sold better than this.
And that was a fucking failure.
Yes.
And DMC can go fuck itself. In 2013, Sonic Lost World sold 640,000. And before that, Sonic Generation sold 1.63 million. It's just like, man, they are fucking it up.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this one released on consoles people have. It sold well. How about that? That's weird.
That's weird. Let's team up with Nintendo. Hey, Nintendo, wanna have like a fail party? Do we? Their like pants are on backwards too, if that helps the image.
Okay.
So you see a zipper over their butt, and it's like zipped down slightly. It's not buttoned because they're wearing their pants backwards because they made the Wii U. You know, it's gonna be really...
They like are surviving on life support with these DSs and things.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be.
Then Sega is just going down and dying. That's all they're doing right now.
Sega has like syphilitic infection and is going insane.
Going.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why they even did. What are they thinking?
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't even guess.
I hope that they will stop doing this. Fucking Americans will just keep buying this shitty Sonic shit.
I don't even get what part of that makes sense to them. Like, oh, hey, we have a cartoon that's coming out. Let's make 2 titles at the same time.
That launched
Studios
before the cartoon.
Never worked with before. Launched before the cartoon. And it's going to be huge.
Will generate a ton of negative press about the redesign of the characters, and then make a shitty game afterwards.
And a mediocre cartoon. The longer that series goes on, the more okay the episodes are. And it's really weird.
Because like typically how it goes.
The first episode was like... I remember... Okay, so here's the thing. Like, Darkest Before Dawn. So, the first episode, pretty fucking bad. Like, it was just not... I don't know that I laughed. The first part of the second episode was the worst thing ever. And then the second part was good.
Huh.
And then, like, episodes past that are just okay. And it's like, what? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
I expect Garfield CG cartoon levels from it.
Oh.
It needs to match the game. That's what I expect. Have you ever seen that show?
I saw that Garfield. I tried once.
I was sick. Like, I think I was off from work, and no one wanted to do anything. And this was when I was stranded in the middle of the shithole that is Dissidia Springs. And it's just on TV, and I'm just doing, like, this, where I'm like, oh, what? What? People, and then they gave money, and now this? It was kind of, I don't know. It was kind of like the time I watched, like, the newer Pokemon. I think at the time it was 4th gen, and I'm like, Team Rocket, they're writing this and Team Rocket is they want Pikachu.
They still want Pikachu for some reason.
In every fucking island, they treat like whatever the local badass is like it's been their longtime pal. Like 4th gen, they're like, oh, Team Rocket's hanging out with Meowth and this thing that's popular in this region. And then they go to the next region, and it's like, what happened to the last one? Oh, we realized we're fuck-ups, and we blame that thing, and we put one in between its eyes.
Wobbuffet's still there.
What is?
Wobbuffet.
Oh my god, fuck.
No, I actually remember like being up one morning and actually watching an episode where they report into Giovanni, and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Like, did you even get the Pikachu?
Meanwhile,
and they're like, "Well, we've got these Pokemon from the thing." Like, fine, I'll turn him into meth. Whatever.
Good enough.
Get out of my face.
Good enough. Just put them in this fucking hole in the ground. I'll turn it.
No, he turns them into meth. That's what I believe he does. Team Rocket.
I hope
given up
so.
and is making Poke drugs.
How hard he's trying.
He didn't look like he was trying.
I feel like he tapped the spinal fluid of a Slowbro. You've got some powerful shit. Like, I don't know if you smoke it or inject it in your eye, but at the end of the day, you're fucked up. 2 ways. But yeah, no, like for me, I always thought like they were just like, we're gonna impress Giovanni, and he was dead. Like, so for me, it was like, man, this is really, isn't that asshole dead?
He's dead?
Did it
People
actually
can't
kill
die
him
in the
and go-
Pokemon universe.
Which is, oh man, whatever.
Actually, they do make reference to people have
Yeah,
people
Pokemon.
dying.
Presumably, the ghost
Pokemon-
Pokemon are dead Pokemon.
Right.
which they implied like in 1st gen exclusively because god damn it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 4th gen's kind of cool because it's like nah, Drifloon just picks up children and flies to hell. And I'm like, yes. Pokemon's cool again. Meanwhile, third gen is like, this sucks. And I'm like, fuck you! Just foot in the face. Because, like, yeah, stares at fist. I could use this! Punch. Yeah, no, that's all you need is that one Pokemon. It's this balloon Pokemon grabs children, drags them to hell. And it literally said drags them to the underworld. It's not like, oh, it takes them to a bad place. No. And that's awesome. That's great.
I feel I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Farfetch'd is still my favorite Pokemon because of the Pokedex entry that I can't find anymore. That I distinctly
That's
remember.
totally real.
They in like the entry they said they used to eat Farfetch'd like a lot, but now they carry around these leeks to beat people with because apparently when they ate Farfetch'd, leeks went well. So it's cosmic revenge for eating their kind. So they beat humans with these leeks.
I was like, what's my favorite first gen? Not mechanically, but like story wise. I guess it, the usual of like oh man, what's the name of the one with the skull?
Cubone?
Marowak. Yeah, Marowak. Probably that one. It's like, man, that's a hell of a battle cry. The one heard through your mother's dead skull.
Yeah.
First gen Pokemon was dark.
Yeah.
Super dark.
Yeah.
I feel like we almost started getting back into that direction 4th and 5th gen slightly, and then 6th gen didn't do a single fucking dark thing at all, and it was like whitewashed shonen bullshit.
Yeah, it was
Power,
weird.
friendship, and all that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and fucking Poke Evolutions.
Pokevolutions.
What was the Mega Evolution?
Mega Evolutions.
In any case, news.
Hey, look.
PSN sub-accounts
can now be upgraded to master accounts.
See, sub-accounts were for kids.
Yeah, so the limited content.
The PS3, just so we're clear here, came out 8 years ago. So a 17-year-old could have gotten that to buy things with their parents' credit card. And then for the last 25-year-old man sitting there with his sub-account is like, I wish I was a grown man. Oh, looking smart.
Nice call.
I'm still just like, who actually made a sub account?
I guess Shaggy.
Wow.
That was the one guy we knew.
Why did he do that?
I don't even think Shaggy's younger brother did. Which is hilarious because it was like, if the older brother did, because he was using Jay's PS3. Remember? He bricked it.
Oh my god.
See, because like, what's the one thing you don't do on a Sony console? Watch a lot of DVDs. Because the original unit PS3 or PS2, that would fuck it up eventually, especially if they were Blockbuster. He did that with the PS3. He was just watching DVDs. And he killed it. And then when Jay was like, holy shit, you killed my PS3, he's like, nah. There were other DVD players in the house. He was using Jay's PS3 to watch DVDs on Jay's TV. And he bricked it, and he's like, nah, that ain't me.
That ain't me, dog.
That ain't me, dog. That you, dog.
Incredible.
You, dog, much like you play garbage. I think that news story talks for itself.
Yeah, there's really not much else to go
It really
on.
says everything that needs to be said about that. And like, oh, wow. A fucking obvious step you should have made with your network somewhere around 8 years ago when you thought this was a good idea.
When you let people make sub accounts.
Right.
I'm just like, if I was a kid, I would never have, because I would be the one who actually knew how to make an account.
Right.
I don't know if that's still the case.
Right.
It's more like, I guess, if a parent who actually bought the system and knows what they're doing.
It wants to put on these parental controls and
Right.
limit access to certain streaming or buying purchases.
I want stats on that. I want to know how many people out of all of the people, not just some, all of the people use parental controls on these systems.
Because, I mean, by and large, parents have no idea how these things work.
So, my thought. They sent some poor two men into the labyrinthine network code for the PlayStation Network 8 years ago. And they finally returned and they said, we can fix this one thing.
Looking like Robin Williams from Jumanji.
Yes.
So-
And they come out And they're like, "Where's Dad?" And of course, they're talking about Kutaragi because he was still in charge back then. They're like, "No, your dad's gone. It's been 50 years." But no, and they're like, "No, what? No one asked about that. Everyone asked about changing names." And they have like all these pages of people bitching about it, and they're like, "Go back in," and they're like, "No." They throw a switch,
Like,
and
nah,
they
dog, that ain't me.
nah, dog, that you, dog, not me, dog. Yeah, no, those poor fucking people who have been working that long just to get that to work. You know, what was an amazing,
Or they just noticed, oh, people have a problem with this 2 months ago.
right?
Somehow they've been that blind.
No, I seriously think like that network was. I mean, because okay, let's think about it real quick. The PlayStation Network was constructed in the time it took Sony to see Xbox Live on the 360 and launch the PS3 a year later. The store was a web page when it launched, and you selected things with using the analog stick to move a mouse cursor.
Okay.
The Wii looked professional compared to the fucking PS3.
That's so
So
crazy.
no fucking wonder that network code is a labyrinthine pile of shit. They're like, we wrote 10,000 lines of code. You can now move from a sub account to a main account.
I have to like sit there and be like, they're stuck with that now.
Yeah, forever.
They release an
They must
8 giga-
regret that so much.
They release an 8 gigabyte patch, and that's what it is. It's just
Right.
that.
Fucking okay. So, blast from the past. Boot up the PS3. It's like, oh, I haven't installed Little Big Planet's patches. Here we go. An hour passes. It's still not patched because it has 14 individual patches to download. That's how patches work on that. Now, before that, I had to go to the store. So I patched the PlayStation Store,
Yes.
which wasn't a thing until the end of the PS3. They wanted so bad to get the design for the PS4 PlayStation Store on the PS3 that they fucking broke it to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really frustrating.
All of that was horrible. I never want to play a PS3 again. And I will take this moment to say, fuck every person who said the PS3 is fine. We don't need a PS4.
I think with Little Big Planet, you get so many patches
Because of content.
Yeah, they do so many of those content updates.
Yeah. But admittedly, check this out. Kind of crazy, but they could just code it in a way
I know.
where you don't need the patches.
Yeah, you just don't see the content.
Yeah. Because they already do that. If you don't own the content, you go into stage 4, you just won't see it.
They do that? And
Yeah.
what?
Uh-huh. Now here's the
'Cause I'm
amazing
like-
thing.
I'm sure
Here's the
they're like-
amazing thing, right? Okay, even crazier than that. So people found ways to break the fucking game, and they're just like, oh, here's Tron DLC in my level. Here you go.
Wow.
I have Final Fantasy characters. I never bought that shit.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure Sony's like, oh, this is broken. We should fix it. That takes engineering effort. But instead, here, download 14 patches that'll take over an hour. Because each time you... It's crazy as fucking shit. You sit there, and they're small, but they take a really long time to download. They're fucking 20 megs. And that takes like 10 minutes somehow on a good connection.
Okay.
You know, finishes downloading, and then that one part, and then it's like installing. And then that takes a good amount of time. And then it starts downloading the next thing. And then it installs the next thing. And it's just, oh my God, Eric!
That's
so
the worst.
sorry.
It was not designed for patches.
Like, that is worse than most
So
games.
about how I'm really glad I missed last gen.
Yes, but there
I'm
were great games.
Yes, but I would have had to deal with horse shit like that.
Yep.
Like, I'm thinking about various fighting games have done a system where you don't download, you have the patch. And if you want the content, if you want to see the content, there's something you can go to the PlayStation Network to download.
Yes.
And that makes so much more sense.
You know what's the craziest PS3 game from
What?
this perspective? Unreal Tournament 3.
Of course it is. That game is insane.
There's some weird free pack that's like called the Colossus pack or Colossal Pack. It's
Okay.
800 megabytes, and it allows you to do absolutely weird shit and may be necessary to use split screen. Because 2 years after the game came out, a bunch of Sony fans were like, it's bullshit that we don't have split screen like the 360 guys. And they're like, fine, we rewrote the game so it runs better, and now you can split screen. Here are some trophies too, you fucking little shits. You gotta co-op the whole game on the hardest difficulty.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but hey, it supported mods. The only PS3 game to support mods.
Yeah, back in those days when it's like, man, they're doing really interesting stuff with this here PS3. And
And then they sort of stopped.
Yeah, then
because
that
that was hard.
stopped.
Great. Eric,
An
take us to
EA
the
representative hinted at Titanfall 2 being multi-platform.
Okay, now, Eric, you did not round up this news.
No.
Eric, I did not round up this news. Bob,
it was probably
do you
Tosh.
know what this means? Tosh? Yeah, it was her.
What?
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 Good job on the news round.
No.
So, Bob,
Okay, I did it.
how the fuck is that news?
I just saw that. I was like, how?
They're hinting at it. That's like, oh, hey guys, we just might do this thing that we already kind of leaked the documents saying we would do exactly years ago.
Yeah, I thought that's what really baffled me. I was like, didn't they already say this?
Yeah.
And
Not only was it leaked, but they also, kind of like already said it.
yeah, so I was just like, I was reading the story multiple times just to make sure that I got it right.
You're just fucking, I swear to God, you're just like eggshell whiting over here, like pouring sweat, staring at the text, like, it's
God.
so perfect.
Granulation.
Yeah.
The etching. The bullshit from this EA rap.
It's a pretty rare jinx. In any case,
So, yeah.
no, that's, what the fuck?
I don't know.
That isn't, fuck them. Oh my God, I did not see this next news.
Playtonic Games is teasing a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie made by members of the original team.
This is the best gen. It is. Have you seen Grow Home?
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks awesome.
Yeah. Just, yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like I made the right gaming decisions to come into the gaming in this gen and not last gen. Not counting that Wii that I had.
Right? Good
wasn't
job on
fair.
that. You're like, I didn't even play last gen console. It's not like I had a Wii or anything. That would be filthy. Oh, look, Kingdom Hearts. He smears the bacon grease from his mouth so he doesn't spit it on his collector's edition.
My imported Final Mix Kingdom Hearts 2.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What was the fucking name of that bullshit Game Boy Advance one?
Chains of Memory.
Chains of Memory. Speaking of which, they announced Kingdom Hearts coming to the PS4 yet? Those HD versions? Cause
No, they
announced
didn't.
Final Fantasy X. Who gives a shit?
Right, that announcement of Final Fantasy X was so weird. Just like,
They're like, that's also coming to the PS4, and we're like, we still don't care. You should give
Look
us
at that.
Kingdom
Whoa.
Hearts 1 and 2, charge $60, and I'm sure people will do it.
yeah.
I just want to play Birth by Sleep. That
Yeah, me
That's
too.
like the last-
Absolutely.
yeah.
Like, I want Kingdom Hearts 2 to play Birth by Sleep, but guess what? That's trapped in the hellbox that is the PS3.
no.
One moment downloading your soul, and I'm like, no, no way,
well,
no way.
those games released recently, so they don't need to patch 100 times.
Approximating patch size, hell dimension. I'm like, what? No, beg me. Even still.
So
Oh, hey, interesting anecdote I didn't cover because I didn't really talk about the experience of playing the PS3 Resogun. I don't think they changed the stick code for it, like how the analog sticks feel.
Okay.
So, like, there's a huge dead zone on the PS3 controller. I hook up the PS4, and it's perfectly the same as it is on PS4. I'm like, those sticks don't read out the same, you guys. You should really change. Oh, well, whatever. Correct controller for Resogun. Banjo-Kazooie.
I never really got into Banjo.
Really?
It was too slow for me.
See, he hates it because it's like some goofy bullshit shit. Like, that's like, you say whatever you want, Bob, but at the end of the day, the fucking bear with the bird in his backpack goes, and I know that's too much for you.
Yeah, it was.
But somehow Mickey Mouse and Squall with your fucking Vitamins Collector's Edition. You bacon grease weemoo son of a bitch.
You're so fat, Bob.
You're the 400-pound man-child.
But I don't know. I mean, especially after playing a lot of Mario 64, where you're practically zip zap zooming around those stages, kick, jump off walls, triple jump.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie felt really like slow and patient, and I was like, I can't do this.
So here's the amazing thing about Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, right? Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
So with Mario 64, a lot of it was like, isn't it amazing? We have this world space and you can just go anywhere and do what you can do, and you explore it and figure out what the puzzle is. How do you get these stars? Now, Banjo-Kazooie, it went really into the exploring it thing. Like, oh, there's shit ever. How do you get it? And
we're not even giving you a phrase to find out how to get these fucking...
Right? Just fucking go, and eventually you'll figure out how to get all of these things. And getting these things expand the universe in a way that feels better than Mario 64. Where Mario 64 is like, I got another key. Yeah. I got enough stars to fight Bowser to get another key. So I unlock whole floors of this castle. Banjo-Kazooie...
But the end goal wasn't his sister, it was Puss. Sorry, cake.
There we go. Cake. Dear Mario, I made you a cake. Happy fat ass, get over here. She knows this. She knows him. I'm just saying. In any case, I feel
Mario reads it, just walks away.
Also, bitch, you don't know me.
He reads one letter. Mario, get over here and fuck me. Puts it away. A month passes. Mario, baked you a cake. A cake! Jumps headfirst down a pipe.
Triple jumps from standstill. Woo! Like spinning ass shooting sparks. Like the 120 star jump.
Of course.
And he just bounces once and flies all the way there. No pipe, no nothing. Just and like Banjo-Kazooie, the cool thing about it is they give you a lot of actual combat options that are practical, whereas Mario 64 is like, you're a fucking stubby idiot who can't attack things well. Yeah. And
actually,
like your best attack.
A lot of learned skills too. Like you can
improve yourself. Do a dive bomb, do the running thing, which I feel like is one of the most important abilities in Banjo-Kazooie. When you get the hold Z, hit right Z, it speeds up the game a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But then you get to hear that.
I love that. No, I love that. I really do. Like the I can kind of do without, but that is fucking great. And then the Jinjos, make their they're like Jinjo.
We're maybe racist. I
don't know. Juice.
Jews sound like that, right?
Yeah, fucking.
All those Jinjos were wearing yarmulkes.
So, Bob, why don't you like Banjo-Kazooie?
I have honestly never played it.
What?
Never.
You looked at the box. It was like, I'm a 3D platformer. And you're like, no, we already have the... What are you, Jeff Gerstmann? You're
Where's
like,
the Dante Must Die mode?
You're like
garbage.
You're like, the best 2D platformer is Super Mario World. Fuck Super Mario World 2. It's garbage.
I feel like I'm saying garbage a lot in this podcast. Can we call this episode garbage?
No, I really like the combination of female gamers.
Okay.
Like, there's something weirdly alien about saying that. Like, male gamers 17 to 28.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, those are people.
Those are humans.
Female.
Female chew.
Fey-meal. It's meal made from the Fey. Hey, Eric.
So, hey, Atari.
No.
I'm reading it.
No.
I'm reading it.
No.
Atari.
I read
What is with this fucking...
Atari is making a new Asteroids game. It's an open world survival game set on an asteroid.
Yeah.
Okay, between that...
I thought it was an April Fool's joke. I had to double check that we weren't in April yet. I was really, really upset.
Yeah. Between that and that Qbert game that's coming out like Tuesday, so the day after this podcast goes up, what did I do? I pissed someone off. Like,
This is the best generation of game.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, like, we're getting the cash-ins that are even.
Do you feel like the open world survival genre is this gen's military shooter from last gen?
I feel like a lot of genres are, because like the majority of games we're getting now are the indie things. So any genre that's cheap to make is that.
Yeah.
So you know,
Minecraft did so well, guys. Everything's got to be it.
everything's a Minecraft, everything's roguelike, everything's whatever. If you want more commentary from Dan
everything
about
is
this,
procedurally generated.
yeah. If you want more commentary from Dan about this, fucking buy the movie when it comes out. In any case, so let's talk about
Something else?
something else. Yeah, I don't want to talk about open world survival game set on an asteroid called Asteroid. That's fucking stupid.
At least it's a different setting and not involving zombies.
You're right. It is absolutely nothing like the source material.
Yay!
Apparently, sometimes there will be an asteroid shower, and you'll have to destroy the asteroids as they come down.
Okay, neat.
So, there's that.
Hey, Tosh, you're watching Steven Universe.
Yes.
That looks pretty cool.
Yep.
I wish I was doing that.
All right.
All right. Vigil Games left Crytek to form Gunfire Games. They're a team of 22 people
Okay,
who are
I
aiming
just-
to make mid-sized titles.
Real quick. This podcast, just the news section, has involved Playtonic games and Gunfire games.
Yeah, these people, they're not great at naming game studios.
So, mid-sized titles.
Yeah, Yeah.
I'm noticing a note from your note here that Eric didn't read.
Well, you cut me off. They made comparisons to Left 4 Dead or Payday in terms of scope.
Yeah, so that sort of size of a game. But
The weird thing is, like, Left 4 Dead is like a really large budget version of that. Like, Left 4 Dead's clearly more expensive than Payday.
yeah.
So it doesn't really make for a good example. I don't know what they're trying to.
They said that they were both made on small teams, kind of like theirs, and
I guess, yeah.
still fun.
They said those games were fun.
I don't know, man. But yeah, the Visual
What?
Games made Darksiders.
Who said that? Who said Left 4 Dead was fun? My experience with Left 4 Dead was fucking aggro and jfromhailsio.com in the living room fucking it up. Run across the bridge. It is one way. Zombies are not friends. Okay, I'm
Okay.
okay. Bob was there. Bob,
Yeah,
they were fucking it up.
they were.
They were
It's
fun.
true.
They were
It was like
It's tragic.
it was like you playing a MOBA almost.
Yeah, basically.
It was almost that.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as good as that. They were below that.
You think? Because
I
I'm pretty
do.
bad at the.
I was
MOBAs.
furious that night. Especially since it was like, oh, we died twice. Okay, the last few hours we've been playing through this campaign doesn't matter. I'm quitting now. I'll leave the audience to figure out who said that one, but it sounds really aggro. I don't know what else to
Why'd you
say.
go to Woody Allen? It sounds really aggro.
You sound more Woody Allen than me.
You kind of switched into it a little bit.
Maybe.
We're all full of characters and voices today.
It's true.
But yeah, apparently they actually left their Darksiders IP at Crytek. That's who ended up owning it, I think.
Yeah?
And
I forgot Vigil Games was the Darksiders team.
Yeah. So they're sad about losing that.
Yeah, they should be, because Darksiders was actually neat.
Oh, no, it was. They left it. That got bought up by some other studio.
Some publisher, yeah.
Yeah,
They're just
and-
licensing things out.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
And they were like, well, maybe if they make a Darksiders 3, they'll get us. Maybe, probably not, though. We're kind of small for that.
Yeah.
Because apparently they worked with 88 people on Darksiders 2, and now
What
they're
were
down to
the-
this.
Because
Yeah.
Darksiders is the Four Horsemen, right?
Yeah.
So they got War and Death and I'm guessing Pestilence.
Famine and Pestilence, yeah.
So Pestilence is really just Plague Inc. They already made that game.
Yeah.
Good, great.
But they said they wanted to do a trilogy. So I guess they didn't want to go through all four horsemen, which is a little weird.
Oh,
Well, the twist was going to be that Famine was
The bad
behind
guy.
it the whole time.
Probably, yeah.
It was
So-
me, Gabriel. I did it. I made you kill your wife. Ah, good writing, yes.
so BioWare canceled a 4v1 co-op RPG that isn't Fable Legends. but maybe is Shadow Realms?
Yes, it is Shadow Realms.
Okay.
When they announced that thing, it was like, is this Fable Legends? Sounds like that.
Are you sure? I mean, no. What?
Is your game this
No.
other turd? No! Our game is a completely different turd. Very unique. Its odor will be redolent.
But yeah,
Redolent with spices.
I think they were supposed to announce at the same E3, so I can't even
Yeah.
really. It was just amazing that it was like, what? And right alongside Evolve, which was other 4v1.
Microsoft does an amazingly good job. Better than anyone in the industry of being like, here's the new blank, and just getting double cannon from me. Here's the new Shadowrun. Fuck you. Here's the new Fable. That's not even. Here's the next Halo. That's a strategy game. Do you think Halo people want to think?
What?
Have you been at a LAN party? They're saying stupid shit like, poop-a-doop, here comes the shoop.
And you betrayed me.
Now, see, the amazing thing is people in this room are now wondering, is that directly quoting one of our LAN parties? I'll leave you with the mystery audience. Yeah, Shadow Realms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We have
one
lots to
person
say
took
about
a
this.
DM type role with it, and then the 4 other people tried to sort of conquer that god being sort of dude, like finish the campaign and overthrow whatever. And we didn't really see anything, so it's kind of hard to care.
You're right. It's, yeah.
I mean, it's not like, I don't know, The
not like-
Last Guardian.
It's not like they hit beta and then closed it and killed it.
Yeah, that thing. What was that
That
again?
was some Star Wars game. It's just like, that's weird.
I think there was another news story. I think it was this week. Because BioWare reminded me, the other studio, Bethesda, is getting, for their first time ever, their own E3 press conference.
Oh,
Yes,
I forgot about that.
that's true.
And
I
that
don't
was-
even think that was this week. That should have been on last week's podcast, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
The
But
next
yeah,
week
we
I
didn't
didn't see
mention it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people
and
are
everyone
excited.
went, Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bethesda has a lot of those IPs that people go absolutely insane for.
Yeah.
They know how to market.
But hey, maybe we'll see Doom.
Yeah, I mean, it could really be like Fallout 4 and Doom, and then they're just like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Because Fallout doesn't have a multiplayer, we would assume, and Doom totally would. So that means you get to show off Doom's single player, Doom's multiplayer, and Fallout 4, and that can take an hour and a half. If you do it
Definitely.
right, yeah.
Or Skyrim
But
2.
they've also got
they
like,
don't even,
their
they
el-
don't even
they've
do
also
Elder
got the
Scrolls,
Elder
different
Scrolls
titles.
Online stuff as well. And
Fuck me, Skyrim 2.
I could see him doing
I
it.
hate our industry. I could see everyone doing it. It's just so like Skyrim. I hate you. I hate you so much. The truthiness is burning.
Because no one who plays Skyrim...
oh, look, Skyrim 2. I'll buy that. 3.
Does it have mod support? Rolls over My Little Pony pack in Steam Workshop. Oh, good. I'll buy a 4-pack for me and my 3 friends.
But
Me,
can
me,
I be
me.
Squall and Mickey Mouse?
No, but you can shine your flashlight, and instead of being a normal flashlight image, it projects Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Did you see that news about what Steam Workshop, like the amount of money creators have made off of Steam Workshop?
No.
It was pretty
Millions?
sizable. Yeah, it was millions. It was a pretty
Okay.
sizable chunk of cash, and it did involve Steam's cut, Valve's cut. So it was like even more cash, and like it's like, wow, that's really exciting. And wait, no, those are Valve dollars, so you can't like get it out of Steam unless you buy games and then sell them elsewhere.
What?
Yeah, because it's in your Steam wallet.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of a bum deal when you put it like that.
Yeah.
And that's how people have to get the money out, which means that system is really just roundabout. It's supporting the culture of selling Steam games outside of Steam, which is kind of bad for Steam because that dude could be selling that at half of the price.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, long term, I guess they're still winning. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I want to go play Resogun.
Okay, let's just do
That sounds good, and it maybe someday I'm just gonna make a ship. I'm gonna make a ship in Resogun. It's just gonna say Skyrim 2 in large text. And I fly it one way, it'll say that, and when I flip it to the other, it'll be Squall X Mickey Mouse. GigaBoots has been brought to you by the support of our producers Vincent Poverk and Cywolf via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.